Okay. This tutorial is going to be a very, very fast tutorial. What we're going to do today is we're going to look at very quickly, look at uploading. We've built various things. If you were expecting the SOAPy tutorial, it will be the second part of the SOAPy tutorial even. It will be up probably later on today. But, well, let's go and have a look at uploading some stuff. And I'll teach you something, which is, when is a prim? Not a prim. Something I hear all the time is, I know how to build with prims. Great, fantastic. Sorry, click wrong there. I know how to build with prims, but I can't do mesh. Well, let's make prim. So, is mesh. Okay, something that I've used lots of times in the past. Okay, so we've got our basic default cube. I'm not going to do anything in the editing. Not going to play around with default cube too much at all. As standard these days, since I think it was Blender version 2, 2 point something. Anyway, your default cube, all your default prim mesh objects come with a UV or a unwrapped. So I'm just going to take a look at that. UV editing. There you go. As I said, it's already UV unwrapped. It's UVs once again. If you were to cut this up and so you can lay a flat on a piece of paper, that's what UVs are. What it does is it tells you where on the map, where on your object your texture is going to be placed. So it needs, because your image of your texture is flat, it needs to convert the 3D shape of your object to a flat surface, which is exactly what UV does. So, nothing too exciting. Sorry if you can't tell today, I've got a bit of a sore throat. And yeah. Anyway, I do apologise. Okay, so UV maps. So I can see my UV map is already done. So I'm going to go back to layout. Still just a default cube. And what I'm actually going to do is, because I want to show you something fairly new in Blender. Sorry, in AB. But we'll show you anyway. It's good. New stuff. I'm not actually going to do, as I said, any editing to my UV map, or to my object. But what I do want is I want a few copies of this. So I'm going to right click it, and I'm going to duplicate object, and then I can just move another one over. And to save us time, I'm going to click on both. So you click, shift and click on the second one, and then I'm going to duplicate object once again. That's 4. And I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4 with my shift down. So click 1, hold your shift down, click the other 4. Sorry, the 3 even. And again, I'm going to duplicate object, and I'm going to move them over. So I've got 8 cubes. Right. Okay. Now, in my add-ons, little short add-ons tutorial, I taught you about this. This is BlenderKit. BlenderKit add-on. It's downloaded from the BlenderKit website. Download it, find the zip file, install it. So, edit. Preferences. I've already got mine on. But if you wanted to download it, click the install, find out where you put it, and install the add-on. But I'm looking for it. Give me a second. And you'll see the BlenderKit view BlenderKit online asset library. Right. So I'm just going to select one of these. I'm going to go into material here, find a material, and the first material, and I don't know why I always do this, but you can put anything you like in there, but I find wood. I want a wood material. So on here, as I've shown you before, second, yeah, there we go. I've got my wood materials, and so should we make a nice grey looking wood? And I'm just gonna drag it down and drop it on, and nothing happens. And you wonder why. Well, at the moment, I am in a viewport shading, and I want to be up here in solid view. Yeah, I just want to be in texture preview. And there you go. Easy. Okay. Now, I might not like that wood, so I'm going to try that wood. And let's see. I'm going to use that wood as well. Okay. What else might we need? Brick. And I've got lots of various brick walls here. So again, I'm just going to drop them into the other ones of the object. I'll be too choosy at the time being because all I'm trying to do is show you how to upload things. On the print trick. Okay, so I've got all those boxes. Now, every single one of those boxes is identical. There will be very little point in me uploading each box because uploads cost money, and I'm just uploading the same thing again and again and again. The only difference is the texture. So, sorry, material as it's called. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the first one, and it tells me it's right there. I've got it selected. Okay, the first thing to do is make sure edit preferences. We do need to make sure we've got one extra plugin installed, and it comes as standard with Blender. Why you don't? I'm looking for Git. You just go export. GLTF is what I'm looking for. So GLTF. And you can see it's there for GLT. And I need import export GLTF format. And that's it. Just click it. Do it for you. And it'll install. Right. So the first thing I'm going to need is I'm going to need something called a Collada file, a DAE file, because that's what we import into Blender for the actual mesh. So I've selected one, go up here, export Collada. And lots of people are sitting there going, why are you exporting just as box? I could make one in 2 minutes. Well, I'll show you in a second. Selection only. Make sure selection only, because I'm only exporting on selected mesh. Yeah. Only selected UV map. Yeah. I'm going to stick it in to F drive. Just my USB stick. And I'm just going to create myself a new folder. I'm going to call it AVL Blender I've got these awesome new USB sticks. What it is I've just set up the folder structure on this one because I did the ultimate thing with Blender. I ran out of hard drive space. But anyway, here we go. So I've got a Blender tutorial, and I'm just going to call it Prim Mesh. We'll call it. Right, so I've got my, now it's untitled, and I want to call it Cube. That's it. And export it. And it'll take a minute or two, and it will export it. Okay, there we go. Okay, there it goes. And now, all we need to do is we need to load Avatar Life. So just give me 1 second to pause the stream there, and we will get on with that, shall we? Okay, so I'm back in. 1 second, so I'm back in, and let me just get my sources sorted out. I just want to bring up my AVL screen. 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that. Small delay while I sorted out the software. Keep glitching. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to upload to AVL. As you can see, there's me in world in AVL. So let me just bring it over to my other screen so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. And away we go. World. So I'm going to go build. Yeah. And upload. As you can see, I'm in the AVL viewer. It depends on which view. You might want to use Firestorm or usually Firestorm and AVL. I prefer the AVL viewer. Got a little bit of extra details, and plus we're quite proud of the fact we made it. The thing I'm going to do is first of all, I'm going to upload a mesh model. Okay. I'm going to, on my hard drive, I'm going to locate where we saved our, I'm going to locate where we saved it. So I'm on F drive. We saved it before. AVL, printer mesh, cube, and open. Okay. Now we get this wonderful screen. Okay. Gonna show you a few things through. First of all, you can see here I've got a preview, and you can see our little cube we made. Okay. On the top here, it's loading the data, including its level of detail from the actual Blender mesh we made. Yeah. It is generating auto at the moment. It's set to the mode to 12. I'm going to leave it like that, but I'm going to show you. Well, I'm not going to leave it like that. I'd be happy with leaving it like that now. It's all showing there. But what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to use level of detail above, use level of detail above, use level of detail above. So I'm not putting. Now I'll explain level of detail. Okay. When you're close to something, it's going to give you, it's going to show you, try and show you the high level detail. It's going to show you this one. When you're a bit further away, it will show you the medium one. It will show you the low one, and when you're really far away, it will show you the lowest. Okay, but it's just a simple cube. Now, triangles. This is how many triangles are in our mesh. So as you export it, we'll chop each face into two triangles. 1, 2. And vertices, how many points? Notice there's 24 vertices. You can end up with thousands and thousands of vertices. Okay. Now, people tell you that, well, some people will tell you that Avatar Life does not have physics. Okay. So why am I just about to say about physics? I'll show you in a second. When I get this in World of Physics, okay? I am going to upload this physics model. I'm going to choose one. I'm going to go to medium. Doesn't matter which one it is. It's only a simple cube. I'm going to make sure here, default, don't need smooth, close holes. Yeah. Analyze. Yeah. Okay. Simplify. Yeah. Okay. That's all I'm doing. Yeah. Okay. I've done that. Upload options. Include textures. And you'll notice it's included textures I had on that first cube in AVL. Now you can, if it's one texture, you can on an object, etc. You've unwrapped it, you've made your wonderful texture, you can do it that way. But there's also multiple other ways again, materials and textures into AV. So let's calculate rate of fees and see how much this is going to cost me. Calculate rate of fees. And because I've got the physics on, and because I've got the, I'm bringing the texture in with it, just to show you, it's going to cost me 15. Ooh. So when normally a mesh would cost you 10, a texture would cost you 10, it's going to cost me 15. Okay, its land impact is 0.5. That's land impact of half. Okay, you maybe suddenly gone, yeah, that's better than a prim. Yeah, it is better than a prim. Physics, etc. So I'm going to upload it. That's all I'm going to do. So we've been through level of detail, set them to use the one above. Physics, medium, don't matter which one. You could go high if it's more complicated, if you really, but the more physics you add, the more the actual upload will cost you, and also the more land impact on the actual sim. Upload options. And the other thing we did was we included the textures. Level of detail. So I'm going to upload it, and you notice it does this automatically. So it comes in and says, "What's this for?" Well, it says it's mesh model texture. I don't like calling it mesh model texture, so I'm going to call it Greywood, and I'm going to call it diffused. Oh no, I'll make it easier. Let's call it CLO color. Greywood color. Yeah. And I'm going to save. I'll try and save it to my desk. So that's what you would think you think would save. But it's not. Try and save it back to your disk. You want to upload it to the system. So I'm just going to click OK. I'm giving it an A. And I should now have that texture loaded. Simple as that. And now, here's my little cube. Yeah. Ta-da! Yeah, we've made something in the world. Now, why did we bother doing this? Well, I'll show you in a second. Okay. Wow. Let me just turn my environment settings up. That'll be now quick. Okay, so I've got my box over here. Yeah. It's currently telling me it's 1 land impact. Okay. Okay. I could have done that with a prim. Yeah, you could have. Well, let me show you. Edit. Stretch. Give me a second. There we go. Edit stretch. You've done this before. You stretch your box out. You make your box. Okay, and we make our box. Now, I'm going to move our box. That, oh, SL controls. I'm going to hold down shift and I'm going to make a duplicate copy of my box. Yeah. Okay, I now got one landing pad there, one landing pad there, two landing pads. I'm going to click on the second one. I'm going to link them. So just make a link set. If you do items together, that's what it's called, a link set. I'm going to make a link them. So, and now there is one linked item. Yeah. Okay. And object. Right. Just need to stretch. Now I can stretch them. I can move them like I did with AV. Yeah. And move. Okay. But I'm just showing you a way to upload something. Yeah. That's all we're doing, is showing you how to upload something. But that was a mesh. It is a mesh. And it's basically working exactly the same way as a prim would. Yeah. Okay. Exactly the same way as a prim would. And as you build lots and lots and lots of mesh, or rather lots and lots and lots of mesh versions of prims, and link them together, your land impact would be lower than if you were building it with mesh. Sorry, your land impact would be lower if you were building it with. Sorry, just somebody IMing me. Your land impact would be lower than if you were building it with prims even. So if you're using your mesh, use lots of them, then your land impact is lower than building it with prim. Okay, next up on my list. Okay, I promised you some textures. Remember we made them? So let's just go back to Blender. Let me pause for a second. Okay, here we are back in Blender. Oh, 1 second. Right, there we are. Here we are back in Blender. And we have your wonderful Blender scene. We've already made it with all these. Yeah. I'm now going to go File, Export, and I'm going to go to GLTF there. Remember we added the plugin. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that same place, just so I can find them. And okay, and I'm going to just going to call this materials. Now this is going to do something quite nice. It's going to export all my materials. So I've exported it. Now I'm going to give it a minute. It takes a minute. While we're doing that, because it will do it. So I'm just going to switch back to ABL. There we go. Figured that out. Now I can just switch like that. Okay. And I'm going to build. I'm going to upload, and there's a reason for doing it this way. I'm going to upload a material. I could upload them all individually as images, but well, I want a few. So materials. Yeah. Now you see, I've already made my materials, although we really got to learn how to spell. Yeah. And there it is. That's not showing me the material preview in there, but honestly, yeah, they're on there. So I'm going to open. Yeah. And now it's going to ask me which material do I want to upload. I want to bulk upload all of them. Okay. Now it's telling me a bulk uploading all 8 items will be a total cost of 180 AVs. That is because I've got multiple textures per material, multiple image texture per material. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go OK to that. And give it a second, and it will do it. There you go, just bringing them all in. Right. Okay. Now, just to show you that we've got them all in, I'm going to go to back into it. Back into edit on my cube, and then we're going to go to textures. Okay. You can play with PBR textures. Unfortunately, at the moment, there's a small glitch, and PBRs aren't right. We're just waiting for the latest new update. But let's just go to the old standard. Berling Fong. Yeah. Okay, and now I'm going to change my. First of all, I'm going to do is I'm going to change my diffuse texture. Yeah. Now, diffused. If anybody doesn't know, move this out of the way. So just click the image and select which one I want. I'm going to use bricks. Remember our brick texture from before? And I'm going to use the base color in the base color. Yeah. Okay. So, and oh, still got them selected. Apologies. Let me just make an extra print. I just need to unlink these. I forgot I had them. I showed you how to link them. Unlink them, and you notice it changed both of them. Doesn't make much difference because we were going to do both. It's not quite that quick. And once again, as I always say, do not panic. Even a small little error. So which one did we have? We have Bricks04, and it's got a normal map. So I'm going to use the normal map. Yeah. Okay. So there's my normal map. And okay. And then okay. So I'm going to put my diffuse map in. I put my normal map in. And I put my specular map in. Now to make this a little bit easier to see, bricks. What it does, and it's really good at doing it, and it's the amount of hours I spent in typing names of materials into there, and then into Blender, and then into ABRSL is ridiculous. But with the addition of this, well, wait for PBR to load, it makes it so much easier. Let's look. Bricks are but it tells me I've got the normal map, the base map, and the metallic and roughness map. Now, metallic and roughness will become important when PBR is fully up and running. It's the shininess, etc. But for the time being, I'm going to use it as specular map. So, click here, because it's in essence, it's the shine. So I'm gonna, I'll put my normal back in there, and okay, and then click that one, and then type back in again, brick 004, and there we go, metallic. Okay, and now I've got all the maps installed. Right, let me just make my world a little bit brighter. Environment. I use the shared environment. World. Environment. Personal lighting. Let me just make my world a little bit brighter. sunrise. Oh, anyway. There you go. Yeah, on that one. Okay. Right. There you go. Texture. Done. Right. Let's repeat that process because we brought in lots. So let's bring another one in. Let's type in wood. Okay, which of the woods should we use? Well, let's try use that one. So I've got my base color done. And I've got my normal. Goes with it. Same name. Done. And I've got my metallic. Same name. Done. Okay. Okay. And we now have two. And we could go on and we could make, well, let's see what other ones that we had. And I'm going to do the same again, diffused. And so I've used, just dragging out the bump corners to make it easier to see. I've used the brick that we brought in. Let's use wood 2. So, wood 2 has that base color. And again, I've blown it down so I can see. And wood 2 has that normal. And it has wood 2. Wood 2 has that metallic. And okay. Right, so I've just done 3 there. Just make it easy for you. Okay. How many of us, I don't know, if you build stuff, if you make stuff, you texture things, how many of us may have either bought or seen materials packs and textures packs on the marketplace? Hands up. Me. Got 2 hands up because I've done it lots. Okay. Good textures. Okay. Good textures are essential. I'll say this again. Good textures and materials are essential to good building. You can build the most amazing, intricate, detailed piece of mesh ever in the world, and if your textures are wrong, your materials are wrong, it will look horrible. However, on the opposite side of that, if you use a simple piece of mesh or a prim and use good, high quality textures, then you're going to get good, high quality visual results. Seeing that, if you use really good quality textures, really good quality materials, either texture or materials, because a material is all of the various maps together. A texture is just the one individual map. But if you use high quality materials, high quality mesh, you're going to end up with really, 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 really great results. Some of the most expensive builds in AVL or Second Life, because I've spent lots of years there, so I'm not going to deny the place. I don't like some of them. The mesh is, you come to play with the mesh and you can actually, you go to retexture something, and for instance, there's one particular quite infamous castle, and the castle itself, if you just buy it and use it, it's great. If, for instance, you wanted to change the texture of your texture of one of the walls of your rooms to say blue wallpaper, it textures the whole castle blue. It's about the faces, which we'll do at a later point, but yeah, it textures the whole castle blue. I wanted to anyway. So yeah. But at the same time, the actual texture that's in there, I've got to say, it's a pretty good stone texture. Is it always that way? No. Another quite famous maker, okay. They only ever use the base color map. There is no I've got no idea why. Let me just show you on this. Okay. If I'm using the diffused, just the diffused here, color map, I'm just putting a flat picture on it. Yeah. Okay. My normal map is showing me at least some bumpiness. As you can see, it says bumpiness, use texture. Yeah. Okay. My specular map is showing me some light, shine, reflection. As we go into new times coming and put PBR on, the PBR will improve the textures no end and the look no end of AVL, and we're quite proud it will be one of the first open grid out there. It should be coming some point. It's already in, it's just working out some kinks. Should be coming up at later points in this month. Procedural base rendering. Procedural base rendering is literally just a new method of rendering that you're using your graphics card to render your graphics, to simulate and render the actual look at the objects. And it works by using the world lighting to actually provide reflection, glow, yes, reflection, yes, mirrors, yes, water that shows your reflection, etc. But also shiny objects when you walk past them. And it's kind of something a little bit hard to explain. Okay, a shiny object when you walk past it, you're actually picking up some of the background light. It's the same as if you put a cup on a shiny surface, cup of a mug, and you can see there's a slight reflect. Even if you can't visually see it, it slightly changes the color of the actual surface because it's the way the light is bouncing between the two. More noticeable in the more shiny the surfaces are. Roughness is about how rough a surface is. If you were to go out and completely flat sand a piece of wood so it was as smooth as glass, and leave another one rough, as in not sanded, you will be able visually to tell the difference between the two. So yeah, it's exciting times. But yeah, anyway, on this one we have our 3 textures. When you go out, you could actually package these up as textures and sell them. Yeah, to other people. Maybe somebody else wants two different woods and a and a brick stone texture. Easy all day long, no problem at all. So what we've done today is we've shown you basically how to upload both textures, materials and mesh. Oh, and the other thing is I did promise you a small thing. Yeah, if I walk onto this mesh, yeah, which I can't at the moment because it's too high up in the air. Let me just drop it down a bit. Yeah. You'll notice I'm standing on the mesh. Therefore, that mesh has physics. I can sit on my mesh. My mesh has physics. Yeah. I can just let me get dragon to fly up. And just now people say to me, why can't you control? Why is Second Life so quick? Well, we don't have any lag. That's all it is. Yeah. That's all. Yeah. Just stop flying. Go over. I'm going to stand on this one, and I should be able to just click. There we go. And I'm up. Notice I'm standing in midair on my mesh. Yeah. And I fall through again. Okay, one of the things to tell you, let you know though, is, and it's not an ABL bug, it's actually always been that way, and it's always in the server. If you're falling through things, some people say to ask me this all the time. Yeah. Stretch. If you're falling through things, and let me show you. Camera tools up. If you're falling through objects, that I'm going to fall through because it's not 1 meter. Yeah. Okay. I will fall through that object. Yeah. I could rather fall through that object. Collision detection in Second Life and ABL is based on 0.5 increments, 0.5 per meter. However, where where the collision is there, yeah, I might just be under the amount of collision. If I put 0.5 on, sorry, if I put 1 on, so let me just go general, object, yeah, and see there I've made it just over 1. Yeah. Now I'm never gonna, I won't fall through that. I can put things on it, I can do things with it, etc. I can stand animals on it. Okay, so as I was saying, mesh brims. Yeah. Done. Now, obviously, we've just uploaded a prim to what it was. Just showing you the mesh. And materials and textures done. I will ask you one small favor. Okay. Regardless of what you build and enjoy building in ABL, regardless of what you build in ABL, please, 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 if you're making something, yeah, and when we get PBR, fair enough, but it doesn't have 1, 2, 3 textures filled in, please ask yourself why. Is this the only, is this particular object have no specular, no shine to it? because even if it's a completely flat, rough surface, it will have some specular, some shine. Okay. Even if it's a flat surface, it should have a normal matte. And it will always need some form of some form of a base color. So when you're building, please make sure you use all three, because it just makes your stuff and the grid in general looks so much better. That's my little thing on Printmesh uploading and textures. Thank you for taking the time. Hope I've not bored you too much. And next time we'll go back into our sofa, because we've got to do some more work on that. So take care, enjoy your day, and enjoy Avatar Life. For those of you who might be listening from the surfaces, yes, Avatar Life. You'll find it. It's nice and easy. It's got avatarlife.com. Various things. Okay, we put people first, not money. People. Okay. This parcel I'm stood on. Yeah, nice quartz parcel. Sign up. Request one for yourself. It's free. This avatar I'm wearing. My dragon. Request one for yourself. Yep, go buy one. It's free. Yeah. Let me just show you around some other stuff. Well, you can see other stuff from here. Let me just swing myself around. Go start moving around. And notice our parcel's a little bit scattered because I'm working on other things at the moment. Nice little push bike. And yes, I can sit on it and ride it. Should we go and ride a push bike? Drive. Yeah, just like on the other grids. Yeah. And I can ride it and go for a ride round. Let me take you over to the... Now, my graphics are glitching at the moment. That's just because I'm running several different versions of the same things. But let me just take you over and... Hot air balloon. Steampunk hot air balloon. Yeah, free. Merry-go-round is free. Yeah. Trees are free. And we're in the process of bringing you a lot, and I do mean a lot of more landscaping stuff. So, yeah, interesting times. And once again, thank you. This was Teach, an FBA production for Avatar Life. And happy building.